There we go. Because I know if I don't hit record, they're going to have a lot of unhappy people. So is being recorded for all of you that just end up dropping off. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Heather Brooks. I am one of your co-founders here at eXp Seniors Network. This is a network that was started about 7 years ago with some of us that had such a passion. We are now a company kind of overview network. We're the tree. If you haven't looked at our logo, we're the tree, and I love it because I feel like all of us are connected no matter what network you're coming from or where you are. I welcome you to eXp Seniors Network. So every Thursday night, I teach classes right here. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining us. I call it tipple time for those of us that are here on the East Coast. I'm out of Miami, so I welcome you. I've had the pleasure of bringing in the most amazing people through my career here at eXp. And one of those people many years ago was Chuck Bongiovanni. And some like random, and I love how random things happen in life. Some random things happened. Corporate came to me and said, "Hey, Heather, you do have this network. What do you think?" And before anything, I looked at them and I said, "Do me a favor, one question for you guys. Just tell me the name of the person who put this program together, and I'll let you know." Because for 20 years, I've been really working this, for the last 15 years, really honing it. They said the name Chuck, nothing else. And I said, "Oh, Bongiovanni, are you kidding me? Really? Whatever it is, let's talk about it." And I was very happy and excited. I've known Chuck for a very long time and I admire him and what he does in this industry. So it just made my heart just blow up because let me tell you, we are the largest eXp Seniors Network, is the largest real estate network focusing on the older demographics and their families. And I don't want to coin it 55 because that's not what it is. You're talking about sandwich generation. And I talk about this every Thursday night. It is various different styles of marketing to this demographics. But there is one thing that I can tell you, and I say this on every one of my calls. This is more than just real estate. It is about your connections. It's about your sphere of influence, and it's about who you know. It's about becoming the person that people like, know, and trust to guide families through some of the hardest decisions in someone's life. And if you haven't been looking at not just the demographics, but the housing infrastructure, because I post about it, I talk about it, it sucks for older adults when they fall and they take that slip and fall. And stats are really, it's against them. But here's the point tonight. Oh, and I love it. Tonight's about serving with your hand up. I have always said to you guys, serve with your hand up and not out. You need to help people before the crisis happens, not just selling a house after it happens. You need to show up with it with sauce, the secret sauce. I talk about it all the time. Your secret sauce, that's what sets you apart. I have brought in Chuck Bongiovanni years ago, like 5 years ago. I brought him in 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I can tell you that if you look on eXp's YouTube and for like a YouTube video, YouTube will tell you, like eXp, the YouTube videos, the top 10, 8 of the 10 are eXp Seniors Network. His is one of like the top 3. That's because people want more from us. We're not real estate agents, we're aging specialists at this point. We are helping people stay in their home, and if not, we are going to have that information for them. That's what we teach here every single week. So tonight, every Thursday night, I have been hinting really hard at this, and I'm loving it. I have been hinting to you guys about things here at eXp that are going to be big for the seniors network, a beta test that we're doing to see if it's going to work because I truly believe serving with your hand up, then out is way better than not being available. Sorry, we owe more to people. So, without further ado, I've got some people to introduce to you guys. Um, it's going to be Chuck Bongiovanni, and I it's going to be JD Huntington because Jason Buckingham is currently on a flight that was very delayed. So, Chuck Bongiovanni is the founder of National Senior Placement Academy. I will drop in the chat box where you will be able to find the links to sign up for this certification program. And then JD Huntington, it will talk about the senior place CRM that we have just for our agents. And I'm going to show you where to get that. It's only for eXp agents. The next thing I will tell you is the way to sign up for this is through eXp Solutions. That's where you're going to need to go get it. They will be able to answer questions. Corporate, Chuck, and myself and Jason will be on a huge live webinar within eXp on Tuesday. If you didn't get that email, please check out eXp Seniors Network, on Slack. I got to be honest, I don't use Slack much, but I do use the Facebook all the time. So just be honest. I am always on Facebook. So please understand that I will update as much as I can, but Facebook is our group is where I do it. Chuck and JD, I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to ask you some questions, but we'll get on with this. I'm going to welcome Chuck Bongiovanni, the founder of National Senior Placement Academy, and not Jason Buckingham, but JD with Senior Place CRM. Chuck, I welcome you because I can tell, I know for just within the history of what I've done, he has probably helped 20,000 seniors and their families um, get placement. Oh, and by the way, he's trained and helped agents build thousands of agents build careers in this specific senior living space. So it's not like we're not bringing, we're bringing in the big guns, is what I call Chuck. Chuck's out of Arizona. So if you're in Arizona, I highly suggest go check him out. But I want you to break it down here. Like within all of our people, we've got almost 70 people on this call, but you've worked with hospitals, you've worked with assisted living. But if you had to bet on this one career that's positioned to lead families through senior care transitions, I'm so excited when I ask this question because who is it and why?
Well, I've been waiting for this call for 30 years because,
So, because 5 years I've been waiting for this call.
well, for 30 years, we have kept this industry a secret from real estate agents on purpose because you guys are really good with marketing and you're really good with families. And we kept it away from real estate agents until recently when the rules changed on listings and such. And my partner Vince and I thought, you know what? I think it's time we forget about blocking real estate agents from this industry and start talking to them. And that's when we reached out to eXp and Heather. And I'm really, really excited to be on tonight to tell you something about the senior placement world and how it will drastically increase your real estate business.
I gotta say, I think I even believe on that call, on that video 5 years ago when I had you during senior month. I even said to you, it's a gold mine for agents, but we just don't have we lack the education. We lack like what is a certified senior placement advisor? And and to us, and I even said this to you, how does it work for someone who's never placed somebody in a senior environment? Like in an assisted living community environment.
Well, let me back up just a little bit. So Basically, a family needs help. They need to find assisted living. So what a senior placement agent does is that we talk with the family, find out what the care needs are. Say they may need help with bathing and medications and such. And we, at that point, we take a look at all of our communities that we're contracted with. Think about this, how it relates to real estate. Think about you have homes that you have listed and a family approaches you and wants to find a home. What would you do? You'd find out what they want, what they're looking for. In this case, we're looking for what does the senior need as far as care? And then we're matching them, like on JD's software, we're matching them to communities that fit those needs. Then we put them in our car. Not the seniors, usually the kids, and we tour them through 3 or 4 different places, just like you guys show families different homes. And then when they pick the place that they want to move mom or dad in on, we get anywhere between 85% and 100% of the client's first month's fees. So if they move in for $10,000 a month, you're getting between $8,500 and $10,000. So it is really almost the same. As a matter of fact, when I started this industry, I thought about real estate agents, and we built the industry based on the real estate model. We just didn't want to tell our real estate agents. So
And that's
quite
what he
honestly,
said to me 5 years
yep.
ago when I said, but we as real estate agents lack the next steps because that's been my issue, by the way, me, myself, of selling. I always wanted to do what's next. I'm not a first time home seller. I have always loved working with the older demographics and their families because the dynamics are so big. And
Well,
that's the big thing Chuck said is the families I drive.
and, and speaking of next, how do families afford $8,000, $10,000 a month? Well, guys, about 70% or more of these seniors sell their homes
Yeah.
when they move in. This is why we kept it away from real estate agents. So our thought was you earn their trust first. You help them find assisted living first. They already trust you. The family already knows you. They're not going to be looking for a real estate agent afterwards. During your conversations with them while you're helping them find senior homes, you can be, hey, I'm also a real estate agent and I want to help you not only find a place for your mother or father, but I'll help you sell the home too, because we know you need to sell it, quickly in order to afford the assisted living place. So you're actually putting it opposite. You're actually helping them with placement to get the listing. And then you're going to get that listing before the home goes on market, before other real estate agents have a chance to get it, because you're already working with the family and the family absolutely trusts you because you're helping them find a safe place for their mother or father. What more can you do for trust in that situation?
And I think that's like such a huge point because I don't believe it's real estate agents. I believe we're aging specialists. That's
Hmm.
my, that's what I've called myself for many years because I don't feel like it stops at the sale of the home. It doesn't stop there. It's how are you going to help them with the contents of the home? How are you going to help them right size the home to make them feel when they need to go into assisted living, still that feeling of still being in a home without making, turning their world upside down. It's an emotional thing. As many times as I've been through this, Chuck, and everybody that's done it with their families, it is a huge emotional battle to sell a home of 40, 50, 60 years.
Well, what's beautiful about this, it kind of goes with what you're just saying.
Yeah.
You may be used to seniors approaching you saying, we're thinking about going to assisted living or independent living, and they're just thinking about it. 90% of our clients are emergency situations. Mom fell, she's in the hospital, she's getting discharged to a rehab, or she's getting discharged from the rehab. We have to find a place within 48, 72 hours. The family has no time to think about selling the home. This is an emergency situation. So you help them find that assisted living. You make a healthy commission, from the assisted living community because it's free to the families. We charge the facilities and you're set up for the next step, which is selling mom's home. Because you're going to be having that communication with them about how are you going to be able to afford assisted living? This is what it costs in the area. And if they say, well, we have enough for a couple of months, but we really need to sell mom's home, it is an open door for you guys to say, you know what? I can solve all your problems. One big swoop right here. We'll help you find the place. Then we'll focus on selling the home so you can afford any place you'd like to take a look at.
But, which leads me into the best question, because this is the question in our group that we've had a lot. I do see your questions. By the way, it later we will make I'll make sure that you guys can raise your hand and you guys get to get involved. So please, please don't worry. We will be getting there. One of the things, how does someone ethically make money in senior placement without being a placement agency? Because most of us hear the place about placement agencies.
Yeah.
Are we an agency or what are we? As
Well, different from
yeah.
real estate. You don't have to have a broker or anything like that. You're independent. You're independent agents. So you're working for the family to help them find a place, and the community has a contract with you that states if someone moves in due to your efforts, they will pay you 85 to 100% of that client's first month's fees. So you don't have to
So
worry about having someone above you in a brokerage firm or anything like that because you're an independent agent.
so I talking about let's talk about paperwork because we all know as real estate agents, paperwork is like our kingdom. It's the keys to our kingdom, actually. And knowing that paperwork is huge. Okay. You touched
Mhm.
on a few trigger words for me, myself, and some of us.
Uh-oh.
Well, no. When I say trigger words, it's in a good way, but I guess perhaps maybe I should ask it this way. What does a typical case flow look like from the first phone call of a placement?
Sure. Sure.
Because I think that paperwork would be helpful for people to understand.
Well, first of all, I mean, you're going to hear from JD here in a few minutes, because once
Yes.
you work with him, there's no paperwork. So you're gonna let's say your average call, you get a call on the phone from a daughter or daughter-in-law, because us guys don't like doing this kind of stuff. So the daughter or daughter-in-law calls you up and says, mom's had a fall, she needs to be discharged soon. You're going to ask mom some questions, which we cover in our course, and we have a form that you can fill out on your CRM as you're talking with the daughter. You're going to find out, well, maybe she's hard of hearing, maybe she needs help with a walker, those kinds of things. And again, you're going to throw that into the database. It's going to bring out, some home options. At that point, you're going to call the homes. You're going to find out, or the communities. You're going to find out, hey, do you have any openings? Can I schedule a tour for tomorrow with the family? And then you go with the family and you go to these communities, and you don't have to do the tour. It's not like with homes you have to do the showing. They all have marketers and they actually do the showing. You're there more for just support and to ask any questions that the family might have forgotten or are concerned about asking. You're there for guidance and support for them. You may see two, three, four places. You may call the client the next day and they'll say, we decided on the second community. At that point, you call up the second community and then they take over from there for the admission paperwork. You make sure everything goes smoothly, and then you wait in the mail for your check.
Okay, so let me just get back to something with this paperwork. Because paperwork again is the red flag for myself. Love it. Well, let's discuss paperwork. When we take this course, the paperwork comes with it as
Hmm.
part of our course, right?
Contracts come with it. Hmm.
Contracts. We love contracts, you guys. So remember, when you're purchasing the course, you're also purchasing the contracts that come with your with working a case flow. Would I be right on that?
Yep. Assessments also, and just by happen chance, JD software matches our
I'm gonna get
assessment.
into that one. I
Yep.
know I'm
Yep.
gonna get into that one
Yep. Okay.
because I want you guys to understand the paperwork is the key to succeeding in this. When I've already taken the course, I've done placement for many years. But I looked at this course and I gave so much feedback to Chuck, and I was like, this doesn't work. This is, they're gonna have questions about this. There is a round table every week. Chuck's going to talk about it. You'll find out all about it. There's a round table. I please you guys, I urge you to get to that round table. I'll sit in with you guys. I say that because don't willy-nilly it and don't like just take it in one day and not really comprehend because you want to be genuine when you're asking questions. You want to be genuine when you're coming like to social media talking about things or trying to sell it to your sphere of influence. People aren't going to buy it if you're just going to willy-nilly shit. That's
Yeah,
my
and if
personal
you
opinion.
know,
You need to know it and really go to him and ask every question before you get anything before you get yourself in trouble. That's it.
I'm going to give you an idea. I mean,
Yeah.
reality is that, in my placement company, I've got 20% of our agents making over $1 million a year at this. Even if you guys do this very, very part time and you're looking at three, maybe four placements a month once you get going, good chance three or four of those placements, you're gonna have 1 to 3 listings. So not only are you going to be making the money on the referral part of it, you got those listings also. Our courses, they're 7 modules, they're videos. You can go through it at your pace. We ask that you go through it slowly. This isn't something I would do in one day. It's a lot of information. And then in between each module, you can jump into one of our expert roundtables, which looks just like this, a big old
People are
Zoom.
asking what day and time are those round tables?
We have them all different times and all different days, so they're available for you guys to
Okay.
jump in on. Yeah, yeah.
So I
So
guess I should ask then, while we're talking about it, what's included in the training? Is it one and done, or are you actually getting ongoing support? And then, by
well,
the
we have.
way, I'm getting on to the CRM because, oh,
There you go.
marketing, I got your marketing, you guys. But, and then I'll get into the CRM, but just out of curiosity, what's included in this training?
So
Again,
again,
is it one and done or support?
as we mentioned, it's all the forms, all the contracts that you need. We have modules on, how to assess a senior. Taking the information from the family, how to do that, how to market this business. Because let's think about this for a second. You guys, when you're searching for clients to sell their homes, you know, you're you're searching, for that one client, and then you're looking for another client. In this business, you're getting your referrals from like home health nurses, hospice nurses. They're the ones that have a lot of clients. So if you do a good job for a home health caseworker, they've got 4, 5, 6, 7 cases a month they have to find homes for. So the marketing aspect of it is beautiful because you're not chasing a lead. You're basically chasing a referral source. Once you get that referral source, like a nursing home or rehab, once you get them, that case manager is going to continue to call you for more leads. So we teach you how to market to those places. We talk a lot about ethics in this industry. So there's modules on ethics. We cover pretty much from day one until you're ready to make your first placement. And then again, our support, we have expert roundtables available also. And you can hop on with myself or my partner Vince, and we have a conversation just like this. There's no agenda. We just open it up to questions. And you may have a question that someone else was thinking about, or they might have a question you never thought about before, and you can use that in your placement side of your business.
I love it. Thank you, Chuck. And by the way, before, JD, I am so sorry. I'm going to pause for a
No
second on you.
worries.
I need to bring Jen Decker. Jen, can you please show us yourself? So I can introduce everybody to you because, oh, big hearts on Jen. Jen, come on in and talk to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, Jen, I'm gonna let everybody know.
Come on, Jen.
I'm no putting you on. I'm sorry, but Jen's just gonna pop in and kind of give you from corporate because that's
Oh,
who's sitting on corporate. But just letting you guys know. No, I don't mean that way. But we do have something on Tuesday that's for everybody. She's been in the chat box. I love that you've been giving everybody the placement, the senior placement information. She's the one who's really kind of putting all the information together and I love it. And I'm just hoping for her to come in, give you a little info of where you can find stuff because it's overwhelming. I know Slack is like pulls your hair out. I get it. So Jen's going to tell you where you're going to find it. Better
yeah.
than me.
So I posted a couple links in the chat. Both of those are the profile pages on the eXp Solutions website. As I'm sure you guys are aware, eXp Solutions, we vet all of our trusted providers. So we have a huge directory of trusted providers on our site. Highly encourage you to get out there and visit it, bookmark it, revisit, because we are constantly reevaluating our trusted providers and making sure that we provide eXp agents with the best of the best, right? I'm in the process of working with some internal folks, getting some frequently asked questions put together, and those will live with expert care. So at any time, should you have questions, start there. They will support you. They will direct you to the right people. And then obviously the vendors. So whether it's National Senior Placement Academy or Senior Place, if you have specific technical issues or specific questions for them, they will be a resource as well.
And so I hope that answers questions because I know every question, because I've been asking her, she answered. Thank you. This big love because it's been overwhelming. I know, as all of us know, but we want to see it succeed because I wholeheartedly believe in this group. This is a huge thing for us as a company. I had no idea that this was even occurring until they actually came in and was like, "Hey, what do you think?" And I'm like, "We need to go step up," but I didn't realize it was Chuck. And it's amazing how things align in weird ways just because I've had him talk about things before. But I believe that as agents, we lack the what after or the more education. And I love that corporate is bringing the more to us, not just in this, but in so many other ways. So thank you. There you go. Jen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, did I miss anything? Am I good? We're good? Okay. So now you guys, JD, aka Jason Buckingham, because Jason's on a flight that was delayed and now he's up in the air.
I
So
wear several hats, so happy to fill
yeah,
in.
and I love this part because this exact CRM, and I've known about it for a long time, but it's specifically actually designed for helping seniors, not just managing a listing, it's helping the families. And we all
Exactly.
know that that's a big component of this whole part. But this CRM was actually built because nobody else was doing it right. And
Exactly.
one of the things that I love about it is that one unexpected feature that you have that blows people away.
So just like Chuck was talking about, the biggest thing is paperwork. And we interviewed tons of placement agents, figuring out what they're doing, and they're talking to a family. They're spending an hour on the phone. They're writing down a whole bunch of stuff on on paper. They're losing stuff all over their desk. And they're spending hours communicating with these communities over a weekend saying, hey, can you do these tours? So we took all those things all these people are doing and we distilled it down into one cohesive workflow so that if I get a call from somebody who needs help, I can take a few questions on the phone, put them into the database, and I can send those referrals out to a community in usually under a few minutes. And then I get back to hanging out with my family on a Saturday. So I don't need to spend all weekend just doing boring paperwork.
So we as real estate agents love like talking about marketing and about, call to action and about bringing people within, into it. And you guys have all of that, which is
Yep.
great.
So we have ways to keep up with your referral sources. So people that drive leads to you have ways to keep in touch with the family. So maybe you took a family on a tour and maybe mom's not quite ready to move after all. Maybe she wants to spend Christmas at home, but you want to stay in touch with that family because it's a good lead and they're probably going to ultimately move in the near future. So all the things you'd expect from a modern CRM, like marketing automation, drip campaigns, things like that, we do inside a Senior Place, alongside of managing your contracts with the communities, all the things that are important for essential record keeping, as well as keeping you top of mind for the families you're working with. That's what we try to provide.
And I love because you talk drip campaign, you talk about that. Those are like, that's our love language because that's total marketing to us and it drives lead generation. By the way, people that are like downlines, this is why we are number one. This is why agents, like no other brokerage has this, you guys. Just us.
You guys.
Just us right here. I don't know who's talking, but maybe someone could mute it. Deborah, we're gonna do Q&A after, so you can ask about how it works in the CRM. But let's get into AI because all of us are like huge AI driven. We're thinking AI. I have done classes on AI and marketing classes, and I love AI. But how does this CRM integrate or automate stuff for us when using the AI and things with it?
Yeah, so a lot of the things we do are not fancy. Like we'll help you generate, here's the communities we think are a great fit for the family. So it's not the flashiest use of AI, but we'll show you, hey, these are the 3 places that are probably most relevant. A lot of our customers like to work with the families in person and not have a computer in between them. So I can just write down a bunch of notes as I'm working with the family, take a picture of it on my phone, and we just import that into the database for you. And so we're constantly iterating on our AI features as well, and trying to bring to market anything we think will help you get your job done faster and stay in touch and serve the families better.
So, for those of you guys out there, you know my mind works marketing. You know I love call to action, plug and play. It's my favorite without selling yourself. I'm all about that. And I love, just hear me out, you guys, because I'm thinking marketing, okay? I'm giving you guys all just a marketing piece right now. But if you guys were to go to one of your favorite senior living communities and go do a tour, ask them because I'm telling you right now, they have beds to fill. I talk about this on many other videos. But if you were to videotape and highlight what the community has, whatever it has, and you were to do a call to action to this CRM for them to fill out something, you now captured that information and you can follow up and do things with. However, that video that you put out is not selling yourself. It's highlighting what the community has. It's you having this place for them to go to ask questions and to look at and to see what you have. No real estate agent has a CRM like this. This CRM is not a tag on to the CRMs we currently have. This is just its own. Its own because I'm going to let JD tell you why the benefit of using Senior Place as a CRM to deal with a home that's listed, not just after, because we're not talking about it in tangent. We're talking about it, or we're not talking about it being integrated. We're talking about it working together. 2 CRMs I know, but I'm telling you, this one drives all of your paperwork and senior living and all of the information that you need. But I'm going to let him tell you what its benefits. But I know Chuck's already in on this one of what that benefit is of using this before even the home's even listed.
I'll go ahead and actually even show it. Is that all right, Heather?
I think you should, you can share your screen, right?
I will do so.
I-
So like
Uh-huh.
Chuck mentioned, there's a whole bunch of things that you may not be used to asking families right now. Like, hey, does your mom need help with a wheelchair, a walker? Does she have any form of dementia? So all these things that Chuck is going to teach you, we just have right here in the CRM. And so as you're working with these families, this all plugs right in and you can check these things quickly. And this is all stuff that the community that you're going to work with really needs to know about. And so the really important bit of paperwork that you're going to need is I want to take these things, send it to the community and say, hey, is this person a good fit for what you can offer? And so we'll generate this on your behalf. We'll send it in an email, and it looks good. It looks professional. It's going to have your name, your contact information. And you're going to say, hey, can I bring the family on a tour? Here's a bit about them. Oh, by the way, I'm the one that's referring this person to you. It's really important for collecting your commission. And at the same time, you're going to be able to send information about these communities directly to the family, just like you probably do with other CRMs that you have that are specifically real estate focused. But they'll get to see, here's the places we're going to go tour as a family. Does this look like a good fit for my mom or my dad? And that's what Senior Place really helps, is that whole process of working with the family, getting some information about communities, and then connecting all those dots for them.
So on the opposite side, while you have this up, as you can see, we're talking about forward facing to our friends and our sphere of influence and people that would be seeing it on their end. But us on the back end working as aging specialists, can you show us, like, if I were to, if my next door neighbor fell and I wanted to look at stuff for them, or forget that, I want to go personally meet people at certain places. I want to know how the bed count
Yep.
and little few things. The reason why I'm asking and triggering certain questions is you're going to learn this with Chuck. If you don't know certain things with Chuck and the lingo and the ways to what to look for, there's no sense in having the CRM, you guys. You have to have them coincide together in tandem for it to work properly. The paperwork, you got to know how to work it, what to look for, what to say, lingo, secret sauce.
Hey, JD, I want to jump in for a second.
Yep,
I
please
see,
do.
I see your numbers there. This is how many of these senior communities are out there, guys. And there's hundreds, and I mean, there's thousands in some states. You may just be thinking about the big places. There are thousands of small residential care homes that are in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And if you can see the map right there, you see 3, 2. These are maybe most likely small residential care homes that are in people's neighborhoods too. So you have thousands of options to help families find,
So
not just
Chuck,
one or two.
Chuck, it's funny you say that because in one of my classes, I literally tell people when they ask me, oh, well, how do I find senior living communities? They say, well, you need to go to your state's website. You need to see what's licensed around you. Then you need to scroll down. I'm telling you, it's a pain in the butt if you want to see what's around you. I will say this, and you're going to learn it in your certification. If it is a senior living community, doesn't matter if it's 4 bed, 6 bed, 40 bed, 500 beds, if it's a commercial property, I don't care. They have this information on their website for you.
Can I give a secret out?
Please do.
Okay, here's the secret. Okay. So when you're
Because it's
contracting,
done for them.
well, this one's really good.
I
This is
know.
part of the reason why I kind of want to stay away before. So when you're contracted with one of these communities, let's say a small group home or a larger assisted living place, those places want to do whatever they can to make you happy and keep you happy. If they know you're a real estate agent and someone's moving into their home that needs to sell their home, they're going to give your eXp brochure or business card to that family. So it's a double potential bonus here for you once you start working with these communities.
But also going out there and marketing them on social media. It's free to you and free to them, but it's giving you exposure of a person that you like, know, and trust in the community, which is something I talk about every week here. You got to become that person in your community. How great is it for you to have a back end CRM that is going to, and I'm going to let JD kind of run us through it. I'm not even going to say anything because I know how to work it. I will do marketing with you guys every Thursday on this. I do it every Thursday at 7 p.m. I do it. This is not the first, it's not the last, but JD, show them kind of a little sort of what they can do.
Yeah, absolutely. So going to the state website and finding all the communities in your area is not fun. We do it for you. I know how little fun it is because I've done it in almost every state now. But we go there regularly, as often as the state will update. We'll pull those in for you and we'll get you as much information as we can get. We'll usually tell you the number of beds, what kind of care they're licensed to provide. And then from here, I can see, oh, these purple ones, I've already got a contract with. This blue one, I don't have a contract with. So maybe I want to get on the phone with them, or maybe I want to drop by and establish a contract. And then for any of these communities, I can start keeping track of, here's some photos that I want to share with the family. Here's the contacts of people that I know there. And any information that I'd like to be able to provide to my families, I can keep track of inside Senior Place. And so that's the community aspect. And then I can also see, here's all the families that I'm working with, and here's where they are in the placement process. And we'll obviously go into a ton of this when we go through the training, and we'll make sure everybody knows how to use it. But it's really easy to use. People are quick to learn it. But our goal is, this is your one-stop shop for getting families in, understanding everything you need to know about the communities, and connecting those two dots together.
And that leads me into the next one is, can you customize it by local communities or care providers or referral partners that you're already working with?
Absolutely. So all the communities that you want to work with will pop right in. And if you have specific lingo that you want to use, we can put that in here. If you're working with referral providers, those show up here on a different map. So maybe I'm working with financial planners, real or attorneys, things like that. That all comes in here, so you can automate marketing to them. Maybe I've got a new lead that just came in, and I can automate an email to my referral partner saying, hey, I just noticed you sent me a lead. Thanks so much. We'll do that all for you.
And are you able to track your care conversions? Like, these are my questions I have.
Yes.
Sorry.
So you're able to
But
track
like, the conversion rate's huge, how it goes over.
Absolutely. And I could spend an hour building reports and show all the fun ways to slice and dice data, but all these stages that you see here, we call this our pipeline. This is typically what a placement will go through. You'll do an intake, you'll tour, then they'll move, and then you'll send an invoice. So you can go ahead and look and see which referral providers converted the most often, or what lead sources were my most valuable. Are they online leads? Are they people that I went out and marketed to? So we can provide all that reporting for you.
So kind of take us through. Now, I took Chuck's class. I got all the information that I need. I know what this means. I know what that means. I know what I can't get paid on. I know what I can get paid on. I learned all the paperwork. Okay. I am now at the point where I have the CRM and I am ready to do marketing piece on social media, and I want to do a call to action. This is something, by the way, I always say this to you guys that we're going to work on, but and I want to do a call to action for people to come and like check out and fill out an intake form or fill out something.
Yep.
What would that from start to kind of finish kind of look like for us?
So I won't show the intake form right now, just because I don't have one.
No, it's
perfectly,
fine.
but
We have it. We've got
yeah.
them up and I'm not worried about it, but just kind of piece.
So I've got an intake form. Somebody filled it out an intake, and they're going to show up in my system like this. And I might have plenty of information, and I might not have anything. First of all, I'm going to probably hop on the phone and clarify any details I need about this person. Like, what kind of community do they have? Do they need memory care? Do they have some form of dementia? And so once I've gone through and taken a few notes from the family, I'm going to go ahead and probably figure out, these are the communities I think they're going to be a good fit for. So I'm going to go.
The reason why you need this certification, can you go back a second, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
This intake form is Chuck. Chuck is the reason why we have this intake form. And I've seen intake forms. I promise you, this intake form is the most comprehensive intake form I have ever seen. And Chuck, I got it. It's beautiful because you get right down to what assisted living communities are asking for, need, and want. And so it is important when you are taking this class to understand every single reason you need to either check off or know this intake form, because it could go sideways if you're not careful by saying, oh, the person has some kind of VA benefits or something else, and you might not get paid on it. There are certain benefits or certain things you can't get paid on. You're going to have to learn all of that through the certification. I'm telling you, they go hand in hand. But this intake form, you need it. You do. You need it. It's going to help you. I love that we have it all in one place. We learn it here, and then it's going to stay here housed for us.
Exactly.
All
So
right,
once we've
now you
got
can go
that,
back because I thought that was a huge component to this.
the so the one of the really important steps is claiming this referral. So there's most of the contracts will state like, hey, if I've referred this person to you and they end up moving in, that's how you end up getting paid. So you actually want to send an email or make positive contact with this community in a way that you have record of that, hey, I'm referring them to you, and I'd like to make a tour. So once you've marked some communities as a potential match, you can go ahead and email this person's record to the community, and we'll send
You
emails on
guys,
your
it's no
behalf.
different than our CRMs that we use. Really, you guys, this is no different. It's not like you got to learn a whole new thing here. You don't. No, I'm not. I'm telling you guys, you don't have to learn a whole new thing here. I
And
love it.
once you've done this, you can share that same information with the family. And at that point, it's a matter of taking them on the tour, working with people. We really try to get out of the way. So once you have the important information in here, it's really just a matter of connecting with the family and helping them through the process. And then once they've actually moved, I can say, it looks like they're scheduled to move. They've picked this community that I helped them tour. And then from then on, we can help with invoicing, marketing follow-ups if they decide not to move, anything like that. But the goal is capture the data, connect all the important pieces, and then get on with actually helping the families.
And minimizing that like constant influx of what do I do next or in between of having to sell a home but still needing a place.
Exactly.
Huge. That's big for a lot for people that don't realize how big that is. What about legal compliance? Because that's a big thing for us. I'm asking both you and Chuck about that because that seems to be a big thing. They're like,
I'll let Chuck go first.
Let me unmute first. Okay. So in 33 years, I've never been sued. I actually work for an insurance company now on case by case basis that actually, deals with not unlawful. What's it called when someone dies and they're not supposed to? Anyhow, if you we are referring to state licensed facilities. The responsibility for care is on the state, not on us. As long as we know that the places we're referring to are licensed and we have no prior knowledge of a problem before that. For example, let's say you have a client who wanders and you know that this facility had a problem with a wanderer last year. I wouldn't refer to that home. So if you don't have prior knowledge and the place is licensed, you cannot be sued. I mean, trust me, I've had plenty of agents that I've worked with who, well, I'll give you an example for one. One of my cases went bad because one of the caregivers abused one of our clients. And the attorney called me, and once he found out that I referred to 3 licensed places, he actually hired me to help him against the assisted living place. So we're very, very well covered as far as legal goes.
okay. This, by the way, the word legal, like legal paperwork, you're gonna learn all of that when you take the certification course that goes through all that. And then ask all those questions in your roundtables because those live roundtables are they're huge, huge component to making this work for you. And connecting it. I do have a lot of people asking about the price. You guys, I don't know the price. The price was set by eXp. I don't know. Maybe Chuck knows, or maybe JD knows what the price is and how the structure is, or
Sure.
what it is. I don't really know.
The
Sorry.
price for our course is $995. We do have an option to make that under 4 payments, but when you think about it, guys, that is like 20% of your very first placement. So it's priced right. We got beat up pretty well by eXp, but we're proud to be partners with them.
Okay, so you know what? Because we're at the end, and I kind of asked you guys kind of all the questions that I wanted to, I would love to be able to open it up. I always go over, so I expected to go over, but I'm opening it up to everybody. Please raise your hand. I would love for you to open up your mic. I'm only going to pick you if you have your camera on because I think it's really important to be a part of this and see your face. I would love for people to open up your mics and talk. Let's see. Who do we have here? I got the two. Dawn, please open up and ask the guys.
Well, I just want to talk about the CRM for a minute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Uh, what I understand is that there's a cost to this additional CRM. This is not part of eXp's new rolling out of the CRMs. This is in addition to. I
Correct.
believe that's correct. So there's an expense for it. And as I have heard, that can be a shared expense amongst 3 agents. Did I hear correctly? What is the upfront cost for that CRM?
The senior, so there's an eXp only price. Just like Chuck said, we also got beat up by eXp, but we're happy to be part of it. So our eXp only price is $349 per month for up to 3 agents. And that's usually kind of co-located in a geographical area like a state.
Well, and I'm glad I got to ask the question because I just want to let the group know I would be willing to partner with anyone who wants to collaborate in the CRM realm. That's all I got for now.
I'll let you guys we'll put something on our Facebook and workplace, and I'll make sure that we all connect so you guys can do that.
And Dawn, your certification's going out today. Thank you.
Thank you. I have already completed the certification.
Okay, so let's get over to Cynthia.
Okay, hello everyone from San Diego. So my question is, I wasn't sure if I was muted or unmuted. My question is, how many facilities are you under contract with or engaged with in San Diego?
JD, you want to answer that one?
Yeah, so the contract is really up to you as you develop your business in that area. So we'll pull in, I actually don't have the number. I believe we have several thousand in the Southern California area. And so we pull anything we can from the state of California website. And we also get information on the assisted living waiver program. So you can give that information to your family, to the families you're working with. But basically anything you could find from the state of California is what we're going to pull in for you, and then give you the opportunity to start creating those contracts on your own.
And these contracts aren't hard negotiations, guys. These people pay you nothing until you bring them a client. So getting the agreements, it just takes time because they want to show you what their place looks like and such. And you should want to know what the place looks like and what the benefits are of them. But getting the actual contracts is not like a tough negotiation kind of thing.
So we're the ones that go out and
Correct.
solicit the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So Carmen, you're next.
You're on mute, Carmen. There you go.
I can't hear you, Carmen. And when you say solicit business, Cynthia, I don't look at it as soliciting business. I look at it as connections, networking connections, because you're building a relationship that's going to turn into business. It's not necessarily business right now, but don't you want to know about that senior assisted living community and be friends with the people? Because JD has all of the person that's in charge. That's the person you can contact. Quite often I get from all of the agents here, who do I contact? And I say to you guys, it's on the state's website. Well, guess what? He did all the homework. They've done all the homework for you. If you saw what he brought up the contact info. Yeah, it was the amount of beds, but he also brought up the person's number, the person's email, and the person that's contacting. The reason why I say this is because that's a marketing opportunity for you. It's not business. It's not about going out and soliciting business. It's about making a connection and saying, if I've got someone, might put him here. But I say that as might because in my whole hard being, you gotta like, know, and trust the people you're gonna put people in. So it's a mutual respect for the both of you. It's not just the assisted living community. It's for both. It works both ways. That's how I look at it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so for the CRM, you said 3 people can share. Do they have to be in the same state?
Yes, they do have to be in the same state.
Okay, thanks.
And then those people will share things like contact information in some settings. So it's primarily designed for like one office that might have 3 agents that are kind of doing this. That's the
Together.
model we would expect.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, that's a good, thank you for explaining that. I appreciate it, JD.
Yeah, sorry for not clarifying.
Kim,
I'm muted. Hello, everyone. So my question has to do with eXp. Now, I know that it's a solutions, but do they take a piece of the commissions that we earn from these senior facilities?
I'm gonna let the boys answer that. You're gonna love it. Chuck?
Us? No, they don't, from what I'm told.
No.
Yay. Good. I was hoping that was the
You
answer.
guys, so if you guys don't understand, I have been hinting and dropping hints on my group every Thursday about this and how it was going to skyrocket you as in your career, not real estate bound, but offering the next level. This is helping you offer that next level. That's my wholehearted belief. Eric, you're up next, buddy. You're on mute. I think. Oh, I think you dropped off. Reverend Deborah, you have no camera, so when you get your camera on, I'll let you know.
Sorry,
But no problem. Oh, there
wrong
you are.
buttons
Where are you?
there. Sorry, Kim, thanks for asking that question. JD, Chuck, thanks for being here tonight. I had a couple of questions. First, what vetting do you guys do of facilities, or is that our responsibility, or do they come pre-vetted?
Great question, Eric. We teach you how to vet them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Heather knows I always ask multiple questions.
And by the way, he asked the questions that I know half the other people on here would want to know as well.
Keep 'em
Okay.
coming.
Is it permissible? Is it considered appropriate to not partner, but if you know certain types of insurance agents that have regular contact with other seniors that are prospecting for insurance, to utilize those contacts you have to ask them, hey, send me your friends, family, others.
Yes. Yeah. And you can actually compensate them unless
Oh,
unless they are medical professionals, you cannot do that. Now, with that comes another question that I get a lot from agents. Well, why can't I just partner with a placement agent? Well, part of the reason why we've kept this away from 30 years is because placement agents don't want to partner with you because they see your job as slowing down the placement. And they want to do the placement as soon as possible. So if they partner with a real estate agent, the family's going to be like, well, we're going to sell the home first, as opposed to we're in an emergency situation, have to find a home for my mother or father, and then we'll sell the home. So that's why we always tell you, referral agents. I mean, I've been approached by tons, and I never did it when I was in the field because I knew it would slow the process down.
that's excellent. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that all? We're good? Okay. Reverend Deborah?
Hi, my question is for JD. I was wondering, how would 3 people split this if on the paperwork, invoicing and things like that, your name would appear? So is that changeable?
At the moment, so the up to 3 people is mostly meant for like a single office where multiple people are kind of working as under the same banner, the same headline, or maybe under the same broker, if you use that, forget that terminology. So it's not explicitly meant for just 3 people working as completely separate businesses. And we don't have a great answer for how you would share and have 3 people working independently out of one license at the moment.
Oh, I see. So they're filing the invoice under the team. Okay, got it.
Exactly. Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, Regan.
Hi there. I'm so excited about this course and also the opportunity, so thank you. And apologies for being late. I was actually just accepting an offer from a senior, so she'll be my future customer as well for this. I just wanted to see, I'm in Rhode Island. Rhode Island and Mass work tandemly together quite often. I'm wondering if it's possible that Rhode Island and Mass could share that three split, or if you do, another question would be, do you already have some folks in Rhode Island who have started the team?
I don't know there's anybody in, so we do often configure the CRM. I assume that was about the CRM. We often configure the CRM for people that work across state boundaries, which is always fun because each state has different terminology for how they license things. But we have got those figured out on most of the interesting state boundaries. But I don't believe we have anybody affiliated with eXp currently in that area. So we'd help you figure that
And
process out.
this is only open to EXP agents, so you wouldn't be able to partner up with somebody that's non-EXP. Therefore, I suggest you come into our group and just be like, hey, who's here? What can we do? I'll put a post out tomorrow for us, and you guys can just drop comments. So if people are within this area or this area or this area, you guys can kind of connect. That would be great.
Awesome.
For those of you guys who are new joining us, because we've had over 70 something people on this call, I'm one of your co-founders, Heather Brooks, and I'm so excited to meet you guys. For those that haven't, I helped co-found this about 7 years ago. Love it. Every Thursday night I'm here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been doing this every Thursday night for years. I love it. It's fun. Marketing is my jam. It's something that I will be continuously doing with you guys as we roll this out. So we'll get back into how you can market yourself with the CRM and how this certification can help you not just marketing, but like really going in and connecting with a sphere of influence and making it work for you. I have it from day one that I started, when I started this group, I said, you have to become the person that you like, know, and trust in your community for the older demographics and their families to want to work with you. This is just one component of that. Then the second thing is people, when they like, know, and trust you, they're going to all want to come to you, but you gotta know what to offer them. You gotta have the secret sauce. It's not about just the older adult, it's their family too. It's two different demographics. So you can't sell yourself. You need to serve with your hand up. How can you help them? This is one of those ways. Rather than your hand out, let's shake hands on that sale. That's not what this is. This is, you got to learn the info and grasp it and understand how to help somebody to the next level, because we fail as real estate agents for the older demographics. Right sizing, helping them get into assisted living. And without overstepping our boundaries, with doing it legally, responsibly, and actually knowing what to do. That's the big difference. Chuck, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's the key to it, of like really understanding that paperwork. We all know it's huge when it comes to houses and closing on them. But guess what? Houses end up getting sold as the last resort because they've already been placed somewhere. Wouldn't it be great if you could be ahead of the curve? Help them with placement before it happens and what to look for. That's the biggest part of it. So, George, please open up, ask questions.
Hello. So I noticed that everybody's talking about California, but I'm in Florida. Okay in Florida?
More than okay in Florida. There's
Okay.
thousands of places in Florida.
Yes.
So my next question is price $995. That's the for the course. Could that be split in 3 ways with two other agents, or that part no?
That part, no. But we do have on the website, you can divide it into 4 different payments.
Okay. On a quick note, yesterday I signed up with a company. I'm not going to say the company's name because, I don't want it to be a competitor. But if it happens to be the same company you're using, and I already paid them to get certified, will that work for this, or do I still have to pay that $9.95?
I don't know which company you're talking about.
But let's say it's the same one.
It's the same one.
Yes, sir. Let's just assume
That
it's
would be
the
us,
company
right?
you're using.
I
Would
guess
I still have to pay the $9.95 to get certified if I'm getting certified with the same company you're using?
I don't understand the question, George. If you're using the same
So-
company we're using, you're using us.
Oh, okay. So you're okay, you're your
Yeah.
own company. What's
Yeah.
the name of your company?
National Senior Placement Academy.
Okay. I got it. All right. That's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
So again, for those of you guys, I brought in the big boys, but for those of you guys that don't know, like Chuck Bongiovanni, he's placed 20,000, but I know you say more.
Indirectly 100,000.
Okay. In his career, he's placed
Yes.
100,000 people into assisted living communities over his career. And he has helped thousands of agents build their career in the space, certifying them. That's been his career, his entire life. Like that's what he does, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'd say I love it. Again, by the way, I know prices are a big thing that people talk about, but they're set by eXp. And we're bound to what corporate wants, but in the grand scheme of things, they don't take a cut or a portion of this. We've already talked about that. It's all yours.
And like I said, it's about 20% of your very first commission check.
That's it.
Small amount.
Okay. So, Michelle.
Yes. I'm also a licensed mortgage person, so I do reverse mortgages. So this is very interesting to me to get involved more on the real estate side. But my question back to the certification. So it's $9.95 for the certification, but the monthly CRM, is that $9.95 also?
That's $349 per month.
The CRM is $349 per month, but we can split that with two other agents in our team. But they would have access to your data because you're all in the CRM. You just logging in and they see your data. Do we get to color code or label or something for the
You
three
would
people
assign
on
your
the team?
clients to yourself. So when you log in by default, you're going to just see your own clients.
Okay,
We typically expect that you're going to want to share all the community information with the other agents you're working with.
right.
So the main default view is I'm just going to look at my clients, and that's how we sort it. But you can also see other folks' clients if you like.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. James. James couldn't find his hand, but I'm going to just call on him because he's been waiting. James, you want to ask? You're still on mute.
You're muted, James.
Trying. There it goes.
There you
Okay,
go.
there it goes. So yeah, a couple things. So I'm in a smaller market and wondering, is there exclusivity for any of this? Like I live in a little hood of 200,000 people in St. George, Utah.
There is no exclusivity. However, I think I talked to you in the chat. I forgot how many I said were in the area. But you know what?
30.
Okay. The great thing about that is I know for a fact, James, there are only, I believe, 2 agents in that area, but they don't specifically focus on St. George. So you might be in a small pond, but you may be the only one really just working that area.
When
Okay.
you say the word agents, what do you mean, agents?
Placement agents.
We're not talking real estate agents.
Right. We're talking
Okay,
placement
very
agents.
different. We're talking placement
Yeah.
agents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please understand, not a real estate, not one. Not
Now one. Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Now one.
In all of our areas,
Yeah. Yep.
0.
we're the only
Okay.
one. The only brokerage. The only one.
So then speaking of our only brokerage, eXp, is there going to be branded materials that keep everything consistent so that it looks good all the way across the board, or is everybody coming up
So
with their own
that is a question that I had been discussing with corporate. All of us were going to have that paperwork that's going to come out. Jen Decker and Bonner, what's her name? Bonner. They're coming up with everything. I have asked if we can be using our eXp Seniors Network logo to kind of differentiate us. BEN, all of our networks have logos that they use, military, that they enjoy using, that they're part of. We should be doing it too. We're one of the first networks out of all the networks that started here. So we just don't have agents, you know, consistently using, even though this is like a perfect opportunity. So they're going to give us a guide. I'm going to say it can't say EXP, you know, like what was the word that we're using, Chuck?
Senior placement agent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to say EXP senior placement agent. It's going to be you as a senior placement agent, right? Yeah.
For this, but we'll still be using our EXP information and logos.
That's a
That's-
Chuck, and I don't know.
That's up to you.
The corporate is giving all of us guidelines. We will have it all.
Okay.
So
And then
it's not to be worried. Don't
all
worry.
right. I get that.
Yeah,
Lastly-
I like didn't want to go loosey goosey, and they are having it. So on Tuesday we have our huge webinar with Chuck.
So
and-
we'll know on Wednesday. Perfect.
Yeah. They're gonna have it all down. In fact, she should be posting it probably by end of week or tomorrow. But
Last question. Since I am like the only guy in this market, and I've seen a bunch of people ask this same question in the chat, is there a price for a single user?
So the
CRM
340
monthly.
for the CRM, the 349 price is for the single user up to 3 people. So if you're working with, like, if you have an office, it's typically for us where we have other placement agents, but that is the price.
I'm sitting in my office.
Sorry,
My dog is
We'll
my
find
dog
more
is my other
agents in Utah.
person.
We'll have to find more agents in Utah. I'll put a
Yeah.
post out for tomorrow.
I'll figure it out. I'm down by Zion, so there's a lot of people that come and go through here, so it'll be easy.
Okay. Ballerin, did I say that right? You're up next.
Yes, you did. Hi.
Okay.
So I had a question. Thank you for taking my question. I was wondering what happens if, let's say, if I get certified here in California and then I want to also get licensed in Texas. Would I be able to use it both there and here, or I would have to do a whole new membership, like one over here and one in Texas?
You can use it anywhere you'd like.
It is
Okay,
like
thank
having
you.
an SRES designation or any other real estate designation, but it's not real estate related. Just remember that.
Yeah.
This is a designation that you're getting on your own that sets you apart from the rest.
Very well.
And
Thank you.
nationwide.
That's good.
Nationwide.
Nice. Oh,
Okay.
okay, one more question. Will that also work in Puerto Rico as well?
Absolutely. There's only a couple of states that have any kind of laws whatsoever for us. And most of those states are just disclosure laws. It just says the family has to know how we get paid. So there's no real major licensing per se in any state.
And by the way, you will know being in that state that you'll know if your
Yeah.
state has that. They'll let you know
And we'll let you know. Yeah.
when you're taking that
Yeah.
certification.
One more last question and then I'll let you go. Sorry. What about in Mexico? Is it only in the US?
It can be anywhere. I don't know of any agencies in Mexico, but Mexico is probably next.
Yeah, our certification,
Yeah,
I will tell you, our company.
I'll be the first one.
Yeah. Our company certification is only available to our US agents, as far as I'm aware. I don't know what else they're doing, but we'll make sure that more get rolled out. All right, Cynthia, because I do have more people coming in, and we are going to wrap it up because it's already 8:15, and I always go over. But Cynthia.
Hi, Heather. Hi, guys. Couple of questions. Number one, do you have any statistics on the conversion? I understand that your primary business is placing seniors, but of course we are all real estate agents. So do you know how many placements actually convert to home sales as well?
I can tell you in 30 years of experience that roughly 70%, if not more, sell their homes. Now, I don't have data on because the placement agents weren't selling the homes, but I do know that out of all my clients, at least 70% of them or more had to sell a home within a short period of time. Sometimes they needed to get the house clean and prepared, but most every client has to sell their home.
Okay. Okay. And my next question has to do with a partner. So I've got a partner real estate agent. When one of us is out of town or unable to show a house or go to a closing, we pitch in for one another. But if she's not going to take the certification and I don't know anyone else in the area, let's say I'm out of town, how am I going to help facilitate
Sure.
a
Great
tour?
question.
Okay.
Friend of mine was in Cancun on the beach when he got a phone call and he used the software and made a $10,000 placement from the beach.
Okay, so he didn't obviously
He
physically.
he told the family, he knew the places, of course, because he visited beforehand, but he told the family, I can't tour you, but I can give you a list of 3 places to go to.
Okay.
And then that's when you like say to the person, hey, I want you to go visit my friend Joe Schmo over at such and such. They're going to take great care of you. You call Joe Schmo, you say, hey, Joe Schmo, blah, 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 is coming over there. Take great care of them. I'm out of town, but oh my God, I want to be there.
Yeah, your closure rate, of course, just like in real estate, is much, much higher when you go with them.
Yeah. Right. But I like the sound of what you're saying.
He still owes me a beer for that one, by the way.
You better collect now that you remember. It's just that, and so let's go to Regan because I see her hand up. Oh, okay, Eric, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Sorry, Heather, that I'm again asking so many questions, but this one, with regard to like competitors in your realm of business, well, I've heard of is it Home Place and places like that. They don't seem to be as comprehensive as you guys. Are there others that are of equal size? My whole purpose of that is how oversaturated or
I want to say
is the
one thing.
market?
Go
I
ahead,
gotta
Heather.
say this.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
I have to say this because it is a huge sore spot it's a thorn in my side. This is how I look at it. They have this place called A Place for Mom. It's not
That's
people
it.
person. It isn't. It's not people based. It is literally you go to the website, you plug in the information, by the way, that we're asking already, and then they just give you information and they get paid on it without a person taking you or going or doing, and it pisses me off because I am a people oriented person. I am a service oriented person, and that's what this business should be about. That's my personal. That's just me. That's my humble opinion. But
Thanks
I'm
for
gonna
saying
let Chuck tell you
exactly
all.
what I would. I'm not saying anything more than that. That's exactly what I was going to say.
But are there others that are almost as
Yeah.
comprehensive as you guys?
You're going to have some local agents here and there. Just
Yeah,
like you,
I've
just
seen
like you have
some,
your
yeah.
competitors, just like you have your competitors for real estate. But
You
they're
don't have
definitely-
brokerages.
Yeah.
You don't have you are gonna find massive brokerages like that, that do placement. It's just that they don't have it. Typically, your placement agents are like a single, or they've got an office of 3 or 4. But the worst part is they're only a tiny portion of the market. The biggest portion of this market is taken over by A Place for Mom. And Chuck can tell you kind of how A Place for Mom works. I think it'd be best because I can't. I know that how I feel about it.
Well, you pretty much said it. You tell them what they where you're looking, and they're going to send you a list of 12 places, and those places necessarily don't even match what you're looking for. They're just think of it as an electronic phone book. Basically, that's all it is. Yeah, it's
not a person.
Yeah,
Like
it's not a
person
person.
isn't
Yeah.
calling you and being, hey, let's go check out these places. That's not what you're getting. A Place for Mom is like a like you just click on a bunch of like check marks
Mhm.
and then they're just like, oh, these match you.
It's kind of like a family looking for a home on the MLS with no agent.
There you go.
Right.
That's
My other
that's what it's-
question, and this will be it, I promise, absolutely. So does your curriculum go through lead generation and methods of doing so?
Absolutely. Yep. And
Sweet.
remember, if you get one good referral source, they're going to continue to feed you. That's their job, is to get people out of the nursing home, get people out of the hospital.
Right.
So yeah, it's important to do really good in your
It's
marketing.
also the assisted community's job to fill beds. Remember, if a bed is not filled, they can't make money, and they're paying big corporate money, and they're paying, they have overhead. So they want people like you in there. But real estate agents, and I've said this many times before, we have a bad rap. We're very salesy and cheesy and oozy. I don't show up that way. I show up and want to serve. I want to help my families. I'm not going to put my family in something that has 10 red flags on it. I'm going to put them in something that they can afford, that I like the people, that when I'm on the beach in Hawaii or wherever I am and somebody calls me, I'm going to call that person and be like, this is my person. This is the person that I like, know, and trust. And that's who's going there. But I got the marketing for you guys. Every Thursday I do marketing here and it's my favorite. I have so much that I've already put together for you guys on how to integrate this and how to take it and put it together, and have fun with it. That's knowing that next step, because we're missing that as agents. All right, you guys, I'm going to take a few more and then we're going to be done because it's getting late. Michelle.
I'm back again. For the curriculum, is there a place we can get the outline of what's being covered? Because you said a lot and I can't really remember everything you said that's being covered.
Yep, it's on the website that Heather knows how to get to.
Oh,
They put it in, yes, they put it in the chat box. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat box again.
Okay.
Yes. Or you know what? I'm sure
Scroll up, Michelle.
yeah, if people can just go ahead and redo the chat box, that would be ideal. If you can copy and paste while I monitor. But Reverend Deborah, again.
Yeah, me again, sorry. On your conversation about place for mom, how infiltrated are they and how hard is it to get paid if they've already digitally gotten their hands in the pot?
Ooh.
That's a good question. That really depends on your area. I know some agents that have never deal with them, and I have some agents that deal with them like one of every 10 cases or so. So it really depends on how populated your area is. But in some states, you can legally fire them. Colorado is one state. This is how much of a problem this company is. In Colorado, you can legally fire them if you want to use a smaller agency.
I'm really glad you brought this up, because I wholeheartedly believe that EXP can take a place for mom out. Because the more you guys have to understand this, I talk about it with social media. We talk about algorithm. We talk about specific tags, specific ways, specific of call to action. The more that you can tag yourself as a senior placement agent, or like in senior placement, takes away from a place for mom and bumps them from up here on Google business down. That's just what algorithm does. Every time your video gets shown on, doesn't matter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, you are now kicking a place for mom down even further. By the way, who has 0 people, not one person that's on the other end helping you, but you're there helping. That's
So
what I
is
said.
there a way of figuring out if they have your client that you're going to spend lots of hours with? Do you have a way of figuring out if the community already has their name, or?
Yeah, when you call the community, they'll let you know if you already have their name or not. But if you have a good relationship with that director, I know many places will pay 2 referral fees, because they don't want to lose your business. They'll just pay 2 people.
But you, as Chuck said, in some states they're like, screw that. If you're the
Right.
person that's massaged that relationship, you're the person who should be bringing that in.
A good placement agent will have probably between 85 and 90% closure rate. That large online company is at 25%. So if that kind of helps you out a little bit.
You got to remember, it's not a person you're dealing with, and
Yeah.
nobody wants to deal with somebody just giving them information. We want a connection. That's what we yearn for as we're getting older. Somebody's handling, I tell you guys, the connection is big. Cialdini, which is out of ASU, he's the head of marketing. Let me tell you, he talks about how you need that connection for marketing. This isn't about selling. This is about the connections that bring you to those business deals. You have to have them. You have to have a connection. Building that connection starts here. Knowing the language, knowing the lingo, knowing what to look for, knowing what to ask. And I don't mean just assisted living communities. And there's, by the way, there's a lot of different kinds. I don't mean assisted living community. You've got memory care. You've got various step up. There's a lot. But if you don't have that lingo and you don't know, then you're sounding dumb. That's what it comes down to. It's like you just don't sound like you should be helping my parent. And it's typically us that are dealing with our parents. When you talk about the homes, the reason why Chuck gave you that information about the sale, because, and I speak on this on a national level, you guys, our National Home Builders Association, I talk about it at our International Builder Show. Less than 5% of our nation's housing units can actually accommodate somebody with a mobility issue. So that means if somebody took a slip or a fall and they need to use a walker or a wheelchair, if you haven't done a modification in the home, then you're going to need to move. And when you're coming out of rehab, you can't just, oh, I'm going to go move into a 55 living community, or I'm going to go get this. No, because the biggest asset that we have is our home. Most of us when I say most of us, most people over the age of 60 own it outright. Like, they don't owe anything on it. So either they're going to have to take a reverse mortgage out because they're forced to, because they're never leaving the home and they got to stay there and they want to bring in care, or you have to sell the home to afford to go into assisted living or to be taken care of, whether it's your child's place. When it comes to, multi-generational housing, there's so many various avenues. But the point is, your home is what's going to pay for everything when you take that slip and fall. But here's the thing I didn't tell you guys. Do you know how many people take a slip or a fall over the age of 65 every year in their home? Just how many people over the age of 65 do you think take a slip or a fall inside their home every year? 1 in 4.
Wow.
You know where most of them happen? A bathroom. You guys, stats are telling you, wake up. Like, real estate agents are dumb if you're not hopping on the bandwagon with this. That's how I felt. If you can't show up to a homeowner and serve them the right way, then don't be in the business of working with seniors. You've got to show up rather than just selling a home. We know that most of us don't want to leave our home, but I'm telling you, statistics are telling you otherwise. We're aging as homeowners, but guess what? Our nation's housing infrastructure, it's aging just as we are. No different.
And because of the caregiver crisis,
Yeah.
a lot of seniors can't stay home because there aren't caregivers for them, so they have to move out. When they move out, there's homes to sell. And quite
And
honestly,
money.
if more homes sold, I bet you the home prices would go down in the United States too. So
There you go.
yeah, we're king. We're key to all this, guys.
So to not understand the concept and that certification part, and then to use the CRM, because not one brokerage has the CRM. Not one brokerage has the certification program. Not one brokerage is taking their agents to the next level. They don't want a piece of it. Yeah, you're paying for certification. Yeah, you're paying for the CRM, but they're not taking a piece of every time you're going to get a commission because you are solo. This is you. That's you. So, all right, I'm taking one last. I'm going to ask Debbie York because we on Tuesday are doing the same thing. I'll be there. I'll let you know. Chuck will be there, and we'll have Jason there too. But Debbie, please open up.
I'm curious about, are we going to know their budget, and will we know how much the facility is charging? So we can make sure-
Absolutely.
That's the course.
Part of the assessment on the course. We're going to talk to them about budget. We're going to talk to them, and you're going to know, through using JD software, you're going to know how much that place costs. So you're going to be finding the best place for them for their care level, location, cost, and those kinds of things. So you're not going to take someone to a place they can't afford. It's not a good deal. Just like you wouldn't take anyone to a home that they couldn't afford.
I am telling you guys, so robust. It helps you from start to finish, paperwork to not. But if you don't start with the certification and truly understand it, go to the roundtables, then that CRM isn't going to help you as robust as you would need it because it's got all the paperwork loaded. You just got to know how to use it and then call people to get to that paperwork like there's like a tic tac. We all need it. We just don't know where to look for it and how to get there. Right, Chuck?
Yep.
Lack of education. Okay, you guys, it's already 8:30 East Coast time, and I'm gonna call it, but I do want to thank everybody for coming. We had an amazing turnout. Every Thursday night right here. I'm gonna do marketing next week. I will be joining on on the roundtables. If you guys aren't watching the videos that I've put out before, we have them stacked, so please go look. Facebook. Please go get that Facebook page. I will have Chuck and Jason and JD on that Facebook page so they can be answering questions too. So they'll be part of it. But it is only open for eXp agents. Slack, I don't use it. Just gonna tell ya, I don't use it. I'm good. I'll pop some stuff on there, but corporate does everything. I'm not a Slack person. I'm gonna stick with our Facebook page unless we have something new. But you will see me there. eXpCon, both Chuck and the boys, they're going to be at eXpCon. You are going to see us on stage. You will hear all about it. You'll see it all. Right now, this is open to eXp Seniors Network. We're kind of beta testing it to see how it launches, but it's going to be big. And we're going big, big, big at eXpCon. So I really urge you guys to get there because we're going to do a whole thing for you guys. Marketing. I got you guys for marketing on this. I promise you. I will do marketing. I love it. It's my favorite, and I'll coach you guys through it. So, Chuck, JD, I thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Again, I'm Heather Brooks. I'm one of your co-founders here at eXp Seniors Network, going on almost 7 years. So I'm very excited that this is like a big hurrah and a win for me in my career because I have always wanted our company to level up, and we just did. So thank you. I thank you guys all for joining us. Appreciate it, and have a really good night.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you,
And
Chuck,
Chuck,
Heather,
and
JD. Awesome.